He skipped the group project meetings, so I submitted it with only my name. I'm not usually a petty person, but this guy pushed me to my absolute limit. We're talking about Jake from my environmental science class, the type of dude who shows up to class wearing flip-flops in December and asks if anyone has a pen he can borrow for the third time that week. The professor assigned us this huge project worth 30% of our final grade. I'm talking research paper, presentation slides, the whole deal. When she announced we'd be working in pairs, I literally watched Jake's eyes light up like he'd just won the lottery. I should have known right then to request a different partner. I texted him that same night with my number and suggested we meet up the next day to divide the work. No response. I figured maybe he was one of those people who takes forever to reply, so I waited 2 days and sent another text. Nothing. I even tried messaging him on Instagram after I found his account. You know, the one where he posts blurry photos of his breakfast burrito every morning. Still nothing. By the end of the first week, I was getting genuinely worried. Like, maybe something happened to the guy? So I cornered him after class and was like, "Hey, did you get my text about the project?" He just stared at me for a second, then goes, "Oh yeah, totally. We should definitely meet up soon." Then he walked away before I could even suggest a time. Soon turned into never. I kept texting him updates anyway. Told him I'd started the research phase. Told him I'd picked our topic about renewable energy in rural communities. Told him the professor moved up the deadline by a week. Every message just sat there undelivered, mocking me. Meanwhile, I'm spending every night in the library, surrounded by stacks of books and articles. My roommate kept asking why I looked so stressed, and I'd explain how I was basically doing a 2-person project solo, while my partner had apparently vanished from the face of the earth. She suggested I email the professor, but something about that felt like snitching. I kept thinking Jake would eventually show up and at least pretend to help. 3 weeks in, I saw him at a house party. I wasn't even planning to go, but my friend dragged me along. There he was, beer pong champion of the night, acting like he didn't have a care in the world. When he spotted me, he actually waved and yelled, "Yo, project girl, how's that assignment going?" Like it was some kind of joke. I wanted to throw my drink at him. The next Monday, I decided to try one last time. I walked up to him before class and said, "Jake, seriously, we need to work on this project. It's due in 5 days." He nodded super enthusiastically and was like, for sure. Send me what you have so far and I'll add my part." I asked when exactly he planned to add his part, and he just shrugged and said, "Don't worry about it, I got this." Spoiler alert, he did not got this. Tuesday came and went. No contributions from Jake. Wednesday, same story. Thursday night, I'm sitting in my dorm room at 11 p.m., putting the finishing touches on our presentation slides. 20 pages of research, charts, graphs, policy recommendations, basically a masterpiece that I was genuinely proud of. I stared at the title page for probably 10 minutes. There it was, Renewable Energy Solutions for Rural Communities by Jake Morrison and Emily Chen. His name sitting there like he deserved it, like he'd earned it by doing absolutely nothing except existing in the same class as me. My finger hovered over the delete key. Part of me felt bad. What if he really was planning to help and just had terrible time management? But then I remembered him laughing at beer pong while I was stress-eating granola bars in the library at midnight. I remembered every ignored text, every blown-off meeting, every time he acted like this project was some minor inconvenience instead of a huge chunk of our grade. So I deleted his name. Just like that. The cursor blinked where his name used to be, and honestly, it felt right. The project looked complete without him because it was complete without him. I submitted it at 11:47 p.m. and went to sleep. The next morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls and about 20 texts from Jake. Apparently, grades had been posted overnight, and he'd noticed his name wasn't on the project that got an A-. His messages started off confused, then got progressively angrier. The last one just said, "Are you serious right now?" I didn't reply.